everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the new Cle De Peau foundation. And the exact name of this foundation is the Radiant Fluid Foundation Matte. I picked this up from Cle De Peau's website. It's available at a few different retailers. I will have it linked down below in my description box if you all would like to shop through my links to help support me and my channel. I do appreciate it. But I'm excited to be trying this out because I love new foundation, especially new luxury foundation, because I'm always on that hunt to find something that's going to make my skin look even better. I have some great ones in my collection, but that foundation junkie in me just always is itching, and I'm always curious about new foundations and new formulations and what's innovative. So I decided to give this one a go. So here's what the foundation looks like, and I think it looks like a weight. You know, the way that it's shaped, if you turn it this way, it kind of gives you exercise equipment. You know, just kind of tilt your head a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about. So this one is their newest one, and from my recollection, I think this is their most expansive foundation. Not expensive, but expansive. I think this foundation houses the most shades that they've ever launched within a foundation in their brand. Now, I'm not 100% on that, but just from my recollection, in my mind, that's what I remember. So this foundation retails for $130. So this is a luxury brand, right? And we get 1.1 fluid ounces of foundation. So there are 24 different shades of this foundation, and I got the shade BF60 Deep Tan Buff. And the description of this foundation states that it is a soft matte liquid foundation that combines a radiant finish with long-term skincare benefits to smooth and refine skin while minimizing the appearance of visible pores. So this foundation says that it's going to make your rough skin look smooth. It literally says that on their description. It also says that this foundation offers up to 24-hour wear, and it has a silky matte smooth finish. I have combination skin. I typically go for a dewier foundation, but it has been matte foundation season. So I think all of these companies are coming through with a new and innovative way to do matte foundation. So let's put it to the test. Let's go ahead and jump into that demonstration. I'll show you all what the foundation looks like by itself. And then, of course, I will be doing a wear test, and that way you all can see what this foundation looks like as the day progresses. So I hope that you all enjoy. Let me know if you all picked up this foundation down in the comment section, or if you plan on picking it up. Let a girl know. And I look forward to reading what you guys have to say. Shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. So I'm going to start off with 2 pumps, and I'm just going to apply it directly on my brush. I'm taking the BK Beauty 101 brush. I'm going to apply this foundation using a brush on the right side and just stipple it on. Giving really nice coverage. I think this shade is a nice match for my body. On my face it's a little bit darker, but it matches the rest of my body. So I'll just make sure to blend down. It remains to be seen though if this foundation is going to oxidize. This is what it looks like when it first goes on. It smells so nice. This foundation blended out so effortlessly. I didn't really have to do too much to get it to move around and blend out on my face. Today I do want to wear a light makeup look. So I'm going to take this foundation and put it over my eyelids to set up for the type look that I want to do today. With the brush, this foundation melted on. I think it looks really nice. It feels very weightless on the skin, and I think it looks like a very beautiful, soft, satin type finish right now. And on the other side, I'm going to apply it with a sponge and let you guys see what that looks like. This is a Kaleidos sponge, and I'm going to take the same amount of products, but for this I'm going to take 2 pumps on the back of my hand, just because I know if I apply 2 pumps on a sponge I'll end up having to get more. So I'm just going to lightly begin to dab this on. Okay. It's blending out nicely. Add a little bit more here on the chin. The sponge is blending out this foundation really nicely as well. I do have a little bit more of my trouble areas on my left side, so I'll have to spend a little bit more time just kind of building up right here to cover up some of the discoloration. It's just slight, but I can see it in comparison to the right side. And then I'm going to take it around and apply it on my forehead. I mean, it's blending out really nicely using both of these tools. I don't feel like I have a strong preference for one or the other. And then just like on the other side, I'm going to make sure to go over my eyelid. This is a blank canvas. No other products are on my face aside from this foundation. And this is the side that I applied with a brush. And this is the side that I applied with the sponge. Do you all see a difference in the application? I think that the brush blended it out beautifully. I didn't have any streaks. I think that the sponge blended it out nicely. I didn't feel that it absorbed too much of the product. I think I have an even amount of coverage on both sides. So I think that both of them will be great tools to use to blend out this foundation. And both of them give me the same effect. It feels very comfortable, but I do feel it slightly on the skin. It's not 100% weightless, but I did put on 4 pumps of foundation. So I don't expect to not feel every foundation on my skin. So I feel like it feels lightweight enough. So I slightly feel it, but with the amount that I put on, I feel like it's normal and I'm okay with that. But like I said, I do feel like I could get another shade to mix with this one. But I know if I go a full shade lighter than this, it's going to be too light, or either the undertone is likely not going to be right. So this is probably my closest match. But we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup on my face, and I'll be back and you guys can see what everything looks like all together. But here's what we're looking like just with the foundation, and I've had it on for about 5 minutes now, and as you all see, it hasn't dried down too much. So this is what it's going to look like. So I'll be right back. So I have my makeup finished. What do we think? I think it looks nice. My makeup is very, very matte. It is a true matte. It is not transferring. So we'll see how that holds up as I wear my mask, because I am about to go out, but I want you all to remember me as I wear. Because y'all know that mask, it doesn't play. So here's what I'm looking like. I think my makeup went on top of this foundation really beautifully. Very soft. I did do a light powdering all over my skin, but not too much, because I didn't want to over mattify and I didn't want to add too much more coverage. I used my regular MAC mineralized skin finish, and here's what we are looking like hour 1. It is quite late. It is 6 o'clock, and it's okay because I'm going to do an 8-hour wear test still. I'll let you all see what it looks like after I have on my mask for a bit and I take it off and put it back on, let you guys see what happens. So stay tuned and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I am back, and it has been 8 hours since I initially applied my foundation. And I do apologize because I typically come back every few hours and let you guys see the updates, but today has been a day. And I just felt like I didn't want to lose the first part of the video, because I do feel like this is still helpful because I came back and this is real. So I didn't have a bad day. I just had a very, very hectic day. I'll say that. So my makeup has really been put through the ringer, and here we are. So I feel like this is a very accurate representation of what somebody's makeup would look like if you're wearing it and you're going out and about in the world, putting on your mask, taking it off when you get in the car, so on and so forth. So that's why I felt like I could come back and this video can still help somebody out there. So forgive my appearance, and also forgive me because I didn't come on and let you guys see the updates. But trust me, I still have plenty of thoughts about this foundation. Let's start off with the things that I really, really like about this foundation. So I really enjoyed the scent of it. I know not everybody is an advocate for fragrance and makeup. I'm not saying that I'm an advocate for it, but I do enjoy it. Even though I know that it may not be the best for my skin, I still like it. Like, I can't deny the fact that when I smell it, I'm like, it makes the experience more pleasant for me. Now, I can take something that doesn't have a smell, but I cannot take a stinky smelling product. I won't use it. I don't care what it does. Well, you know, it would have to be very extraordinary for me to apply something that's stinky. But when it smells good, to me, that just equates to luxury, and I really enjoy the scent of Cle De Peau products. I also really like the consistency of this foundation. And you all saw in the demonstration, it didn't matter whether or not I used the sponge or brush. I still got a buttery smooth blend. I didn't get any streaking. Even though this is a matte foundation, it let me take my time with it and build it up and blend it out to how I want to before it truly kind of set down and became matte. So you have a nice amount of time to blend out this foundation and get it to be how you want it to be before it sets. This does dry down just a little bit. I don't think that the color changed. That's a good thing. So the color that it was when I applied it is still the color that it is now 8 hours later. So that's great, especially if you're a person who has been plagued by the oxidation bug and you put on your foundation early in the day and then by the end of the night you're 2 or 3 shades different than where you were in the beginning. So that really speaks to the luxurious quality of this foundation. But that doesn't go without me having some qualms with it because I don't 100% love this foundation. One of the biggest things for me that can make or break a luxury purchase is the packaging. And I don't feel like this packaging is as luxurious as it could be. And that's because the top is so flimsy like. It has absolutely no weight to it. And I know weight does not always equal luxury and something that is going to be nice. But to me, it definitely heavily represents a luxury product because you can tell when you're holding something expensive if it feels heavy in the hand. So the actual bottle feels heavy. The container, the frosted glass, you can tell that this is a luxury product. But then this top, it feels like it comes straight out of the drugstore. I know that it's a very minor detail, but when we're looking at paying $130 for a foundation, I need no detail to go unnoticed. But moving past the aesthetic of the actual products, I don't love the finish of this foundation. It's a matte foundation and I knew that going in, and I do enjoy matte foundations from time to time. I feel like this foundation almost sits on top of the skin. Not in an obvious way, but I can tell the difference between this foundation and some of my other luxury foundations in my collection, like my Tom Ford foundation or Chanel foundation or my La Mer foundation. This one just doesn't have that flawlessness that I look for when I'm spending this amount of money for products like this. It's not bad, okay? But since we have progressed so far in the makeup industry, especially in terms of complexion products and foundations, this one is just okay. It's not bad. I think I would have loved this maybe in 2016, 2017, but in 2020, after trying my new Tom Ford matte foundation, and heck, even the NARS soft matte foundation, I don't feel like this one is superior to those. I think it fits in, and it might come just a little bit up underneath it. And so for me to already have those in my collection, I don't feel like this one is necessary. That's not to say that I won't use it anymore because I do think it's pretty. It's just not flawless enough for me to justify purchasing it again. Because when I'm purchasing a high-end luxury foundation, I want my skin to look like the very best version of itself, and I don't feel like this foundation helped me achieve that. I don't think those expectations are unrealistic because with my other luxury foundations, I feel like a princess when I put it on. It looks like my skin transforms. I can tell that I have on a little bit of makeup, and I'm okay with that because, as y'all know, I'm a makeup girl. So it doesn't have to be natural, but I need it to just be flawless and smooth like butter, and it just becomes one regardless of the finish. And I don't feel like this foundation has that. It has a little bit of a heaviness to it, and it becomes a little bit more apparent as the day goes on. It's not a bad foundation. It held its own up against my mask because it is still here. I don't see where it really has gone away, and I didn't do any touch-ups. So the 24-hour claim, it could very well be true because I really didn't do any touch-ups. I do see where a little bit came off on my nose, but you guys, the amount of times that I took on and off that mask today, that really would have taken off any other foundation. So I think this one held up really nicely, and I don't feel like my makeup looks splotchy. But mask aside, if I didn't have to wear a mask, would I be 100% happy with this? The answer is no. I just wouldn't be. But let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts on luxury foundations. If you've ever tried one, what are your expectations when it comes to them? And let me know overall if you are interested in this product and if you plan on picking it up, because I just want to give you guys my experience. And as a person who has tried so many products, I can kind of tell when something is just like, okay, all right, and when something is amazing. This doesn't really fit in that amazing category, but it's a nice product. It's nice. I look forward to reading what you guys have to say down in the comment section, and I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super, super soon. Smooches. Bye.